Community involvement in management of biodiversity resources and natural forest in Lukanga wetland area is an environmental conservation and protection project being implemented in and around Lukanga wetland areas. Funded by Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, the project is managed by the United Nations Development Program and DAPP Zambia Foundation, and it is being implemented by development aid from people to people for a period of 1 year and 6 months. Lukanga Swamp is the major wetland area in the Central Province. The wetland was declared Zambia's third Ramsar site in November 2005. It covers an area of about 2,600 square kilometers and over 6.1 million Zambians in Lusaka, Central and Copperbelt provinces directly and indirectly benefit from it. It is a source of fish for many Zambians. It provides arable land where agricultural produce such as maize is grown. It is a source of feed for livestock. And individuals benefit from the natural forest that provides for firewood and charcoal making business. The swamp is also a home to over 316 reported bird species, hundreds of hippopotami, hundreds of fish, and several other flora and fauna, thus making the area a potential site for tourist attraction. However, the wetland is under serious environmental threats due to unsustainable use of its resources. People are using unsustainable fishing practices such as the use of poison from wild fruits, as well as fishing nets with the tiny meshes and in extreme cases even mosquito nets which are supposed to be protecting them from mosquito bites. The swamp is also hard hit by wildfires which are ignited by supposedly irresponsible individuals. Trees are also wantonly cut down for firewood and charcoal burning. Overgrazing, poaching of wildlife, and other harmful farming practices are common in and around the Lukanga wetland areas. The depletion of biodiversity resources and natural forest in and around the Lukanga swamp is attributed to, among many things, high poverty levels among the local communities. In an attempt to make ends meet, people have resorted to unsustainable and sometimes dubious means, such as those already named, posing a threat to the environment. Development aid from people to people contributes towards improved management of the Lukanga wetland and the area surrounding it through community involvement and training of the village action groups, community resource boards, and area development committees in sustainable ways of utilizing the wetland, and through poverty reduction strategies to increase income and living conditions for people in the target areas. 50 villages in and around the Lukanga swamp are targeted, reaching about 2,000 families. Fishermen have been sensitized on the use of proper fishing methods, including observing the fish ban. Communities are now engaging in tree planting to replace trees that have been cut for charcoal making. People are now constructing firewood saving stoves to reduce on the consumption of firewood. and small-scale farmers are now practicing conservation farming to get the most per unit area of land cultivated. The project is also providing pass-on loans of goats and seed crops to improve the income for the communities and to thereby break the cycle of poverty that drives them to unsustainable activities to make ends meet. The project further connects individuals to a microfinance institution, Christian Enterprise Trust of Zambia (SETZAM), to secure that people have access to small cash loans in order to engage in income-generating activities and to thereby free themselves from the chains of poverty. Besides training people in management of biodiversity and natural resources, as well as economic empowerment of the communities living in and around Lukanga swamp, the project also promotes sanitation and hygiene through mobilization of communities to construct hand-washing facilities like tippy taps, dish racks, and refuse pits. By breaking the cycle of poverty among the community members in and around Lukanga wetland areas, it is widely expected that people would graduate from indulging themselves in activities that negatively affect flora and fauna in the swamp.